Hello out there, this is Jason with Real Estate Reality with Jason. So today I am at one of my office's newer listings. It's a new build, okay? And this home is beautifully done. The contractor did an awesome job. But this is not me just simply showing a house. Today's focus is going to be on educating buyers on what other buyers generally look for, but mainly to our sellers who are sometimes at a loss for what they need to do when they're trying to get their house on the market. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. So as you can see here, beautiful outside house. Okay, it's a new build, so almost every buyer is going to understand that the grass hasn't come in yet and things of that nature. All right, they're going to understand a little bit of dirt and everything. But what I want you to focus on today is some key features. All right, now you can see that they have done a very beautiful job with the landscaping. Got a few shrubs here and there, got the river rock. Okay, and that's all well and good, but I want you to take note that it's also fairly basic. It looks very nice. It adds to the curb appeal, but it's also a very basic setup. So many times realtors will tell their clients when they're at the listing appointment, well, you need to gain curb appeal. And how you do that is you put in shrubs, you put in flowers, maybe even a couple of little trees or something like that to build that. Well, what happens is, since I do mostly focus on the buying side, okay, what happens is the buyers come in, they look at all of that money that you put in to the flowers, shrubs, and trees, and maybe even statues of that nature. They look at that and they're like, oh, that's nice, and they just keep on walking, okay? Landscaping does not sell a house, okay? It does help. It helps with the curb appeal. It helps with them drawing your attention to the house that's for sale. It does help. The only thing really though with the yard that helps sell the house is that the buyer sees the yard is well maintained, which means you're mowing, you're weed eating, there's not trash or anything like that out there, okay? That's just my opinion of what I have seen that I wanted to share with you, okay? So now we're inside this beautiful house, all right? And I'm kind of turning just so that you can see, you know, the contractor, like I said, has done a beautiful job. It's wide open and just ready for someone to move into and start their family here, okay? Now, when a buyer walks in, the house, aside from the yard, the house is what is actually going to sell it, okay? Now, if you are a seller and you have the capability of creating your home as a vacant home, where it's completely move-in ready, you turn the key and walk in at the day of closing, without any, extra days, any temporary occupancy or anything like that, it really does help. But most of us, and I say us because I recently sold a house and I wasn't able to do this either, most of us cannot afford to buy a home and move into that home to make our home vacant without knowing how fast it's going to sell, okay? So if you can't vacate the premises and go ahead and go into your new home, it is fine. One thing that you need to notice though is, since the construction is done, all right, you can look around, and this house has been shown quite a bit, but you can see that even though there's a little bit of dust on the floor, just because there's been traffic coming in and out, it's clean, okay? Somebody ever so often will come into a lot of these homes and they'll sweep and they'll wipe stuff down and things to keep it very showroom ready, all right? So it's clean. So cleanliness is a big factor, okay? And a lot of people will say, I'm so busy, I just don't know that I can do that. It doesn't mean you have to be able to, the buyers have to be able to eat off the floor. What that means is the kitchen counters are wiped down. What it means is that the stovetop is wiped off without dried gunk and stuff on there. And that there's no dirty dishes on the counter or in the sink, okay? That's pretty simple. No shoes laying in the floors for the potential buyers to trip over, okay? And that's just some of the very few little things that you have to do, okay? So when you're starting to get ready to put your house on the market and your agent tells you, you know, this is going to be stressful because people are going to be wanting to see your home on a whim, even though you were asked to schedule 24 hours in advance to help out the family that's still living in that home, probably 7 times out of 10, it's done within a couple of hours, if that, before the show, okay? So it is stressful because you pretty well, from the moment you list your home, you have to keep your home as clean as possible so that you can leave in a moment's notice, all right? Now, moving aside from the cleanliness factor, okay, another thing to keep in mind is when a buyer walks into the home, all right, here's some things they're looking for. A lot of people, when they list their home, they'll put up fresh paint. That's good, especially if it's a neutral color. There's nothing wrong with that. They may even rip up some old carpet or some old marred plank flooring and put in some new, either hardwoods, the tile plank, or maybe even the manufactured vinyl plank. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And they'll change this. This floor right here is beautiful. And they'll change to something like that to update. All right, well, here's the thing. When the buyers comes in, they can tell that you have recently painted, but you know what? Unless you have painted it a non-neutral color, okay, like these walls are neutral. They're not white, okay? They're kind of I guess, to me, I'm a little bit of colorblind, but to me, it's kind of a light gray, very light gray, so that's still a very neutral color. It's a clean palette to just move into. If you wanted to paint it, you can, but if you didn't want to paint right off the bat and you wanted to live here and kind of figure out what your style was going to be, there's nothing wrong, because these colors will match any furniture that you bring in, okay? So as long as you've not painted some customized color to your taste, let's say, for example, burnt orange, the buyers are going to walk in, they're going to say, oh, okay, they've painted, well, that's great. And they're just going to keep on walking. Why? Because that's something that, and I say this loosely, that's something that cheaply they can do on their own, and more than likely, probably 90% of the time, are going to do on their own, okay? They're going to want to change the home into what they like, all right? So the paint doesn't matter. The floors, now, brand new flooring will help sell a home faster than somebody walking in and seeing scarred up wood floors, stained, matted down carpet. Absolutely, it's going to sell faster. But that, to a buyer, the floor is not a price point change. Okay, to a buyer, and when I say buyer, I'm talking all across everywhere, and it's a very loose term because everybody's different. Let's keep that in mind, everybody's different. But a buyer is going to look and be like, oh, I love what they did with the floors. But when it comes time to find out what the price is, if they don't already know, or if they already know the price and they're ready to leave the home and they're talking to their agent about their thoughts, they are not going to consider the price point of what you're charging for your home because you did the new floors most of the time, okay? Now, new doors can. Why? Because it's structurally functional, all right? New doors, new windows, that will help them understand the price because it's functional, it keeps the environment outside and inside where it needs to be, and it's also a costly feature. Even though flooring is a costly feature, even though paint is about $40 a gallon for good paint, if not higher, windows is what they will actually consider. Okay? Now, kitchen and bathroom upgrades. So let's look at this, okay? This is a beautiful kitchen. Granite countertops, all of the cabinet storage here, your stainless steel, brand new appliances. And yes, this is a new build, but just as an example, sometimes when someone buys a home, they flip it they will go ahead and change out the appliances. It's a very good idea. If you're flipping a house, that's an awesome idea for you to do, okay? So any upgrades to your kitchen, your bathroom, is going to be perfect for you, okay? It's going to help the price point. It's going to help the house move really fast, all right? So like here's one of your half baths. You can see how it's done, and hello, people. All right, granite countertops, got some storage, okay? And this is just a half bath, but when someone looks into a bathroom like this, and I'm about to show you the master ensuite, which has tile on the floors, okay? Large walk-in bath, or walk-in closet, sorry. Tile on the floors, granite countertops, double sink, storage is big, okay? And they walk in and they see this tiled shower from ceiling to floor, and then you've got your normal porcelain bottom here, which sometimes can be tiled too, but that's neither here or there, okay? When they see this, this is an upgrade. Tile on the floors is an upgrade. Granite anywhere in the house is an upgrade, okay? So anytime that you do something like that, it is going to help promote the price that you're asking for your house. It's also going to help promote the fast sale of your home, okay? I'm just telling you, all right? It's something that's very important to all of your buyers. So it's something to keep in mind whenever you're trying to list your home, okay? So let's go and we'll look at some of the guest bedrooms and the guest bath, just to give a few more ideas. And again, I know this is a new build. Everything's brand new, all right? The shiny new toy is always going to be more desirable, okay? But there's no reason that your home can't sell at its best if you just use some of these tips, all right? Here they've got a shower tub, same tile in the bathroom, same countertop, okay? Works out really well. All right, these bedrooms, standard bedrooms, okay? Very open though, all right? You've got brand new windows again. You've got shelving units in the closets. You have new fixtures, okay, with fans. All right, these are some things that contractors learned quite a few years ago was the best idea if they wanted to build a home that was going to sell fast, okay? Even though all contractors have their own little methods that they use, their own sets of blueprints and everything, they've all learned how to keep up with the times, okay? That's something that if you think that in the next few months you might list, and you're wondering, what should we do to help our home sell? But we don't have a whole lot of money. Well, if you're thinking about selling your house and buying another one, you don't have a whole lot of money to throw away, okay? Especially before your home sells. Now, if you've got equity in your home, you could make a little bit whenever it sells, but more likely you're going to put that on the new home. So it's still not going to be a whole lot of in-pocket money. But if you go by some of these tips, it should help tremendously. And by all means, you will hear me in every video that I do talk to a realtor in your market area, okay? If you listen to nothing else that I say, all right, and you may be not even in the state of Tennessee, so I'm not saying this because I'm wanting business. I'm saying this because it's the truth, okay? Talk to a realtor in your market area, okay? Let them guide you on what your market area is seeing, on how best to sell your home and make the most out of it, okay? Now, that aside, here's some just quick tips for you from everything that you've seen on this home, all right? neutral paint. If you've got that purple bedroom upstairs for your little princess, okay, you need to go ahead and put that to neutral, all right? Because the people that's trying to buy your house may not like the color purple at all, okay? So you want to go ahead and paint, if you're going to paint it all, you need to go ahead and paint everything to a basic neutral color, all right? Second, if you want to do upgrades, all right, your best bang for your buck on upgrades is taking out carpet and putting in some kind of floor, all right? Because carpet, even if it's not an old house, carpet scares a lot of buyers because they don't know, did you have pets? Is there potential fleas in the carpet? Okay? Has there been accidents in the carpet that may have went down to the subfloor that you're not going to be able to see and that a home inspector can't see? All right? Go ahead and rip that carpet up and put you in some new floors if you want to, okay? As far as room upgrades, your best bang for your buck on room upgrades is kitchen and bath, okay? And if you only have enough money to do one bath, do the master bath. Now you might be thinking, well, everybody, Jason, is going to be using the guest bath. Why would you not want it to be the best? And you know what, you're right. When you walk into a home that you're wanting to buy, and you see that guest bath, and you see that it needs some updating, or it's just not really what you want, and you're like, I don't really like this bathroom, I'm going to almost guarantee you that by the time you make it to the master bedroom, and you go into that master bath, if it's been completely updated, and it's just gorgeous like these that you saw in here, you're going to forget all about the fact that that guest bath needs to be updated. All right? Most people are going to. Okay? And as I said before, last little tip there, the yard, just keep it mowed, weed-eated, neatly maintained. If you already have some landscaping, keep that maintained. Keep any trash and stuff out of it, all right? And let it ride, okay? So again, this is Real Estate Reality with Jason. I hope that you've got something out of this. If you have any questions, concerns, or if you want to tell me that you think I'm completely off my rocker, feel free to email me anytime. Thank you, guys.